Hey guys, so
Take 4.
take 4. This is we're gonna post this one for real, and it's gonna be great. We had to get these mics. We learned that we couldn't just post and film in our car because we were just excited and we decided to go for it without checking the video. And we filmed a whole 45-minute
That really sucks.
a whole 45-minute long video. It was good. It was so good. But all you guys could hear was the fan because the phone is, up there. But we fixed it for you all. So we're committed in case you were wondering. But yeah, so welcome to our podcast, Better Read Than Dead, which is
I know it now.
honestly, yes, you know it now. I think that the name is perfect because honestly, our middle ground is dark romance.
Yeah.
So like that's something that we will both read, like binge read. I will read it after reading something that just emotionally destroys me, and then I'll read a dark romance just to build me back up. And I don't know what that says about my life and my personality, but take it for what it is. But yeah, so this is our intro podcast. Basically, you're just going to be on coffee dates with us. So we'll always have coffee. I actually don't know what I got this time. Some kind of blonde espresso, brown sugar with oat milk because she knows me and I always do oat milk. So yes, this is what it's going to be, is a coffee date with me and B. So I'm MK.
I'm B.
Obviously.
Should we say our real names? I don't feel like they know our real names.
I feel like some people know my real name because
Nobody knows
they'll respond to my stories in all caps in Michaela, and I'm like, hi.
They don't know mine. They'll be like, "Oh, thanks, V." And every time I get like a message, I'm like, they don't know my name.
It's Bethany.
It's Bethany.
In case you were wondering,
Yeah.
But if you call her Bethany, she's not going to
I
respond.
won't respond to that, so I don't know why it's a
She'll
big
be like,
deal.
who are you talking to? Until you say B. The real question is, how would you spell B? Because everybody spells it differently. I personally like to spell it B-E-A because I just think it's cuter. But she really just likes the big capital B period.
Just B.
Just B. That's all she is.
I think it's
B.
just you and my nanny that does B-E-A. And she gets triggered when people
I mean, I don't get
use
triggered.
the B. No, she gets triggered. She's like, that's not right.
But also, like, every time I read a story, and there's never like a B that's a main character. She's always like the friend, and she's always really cute and little, and it always makes me think of you. Currently reading one, her name is Beatrix, but they call her B, and it's spelled B-E-A, and I love it.
Oh, because her name's Beatrix.
Yeah, except for I guess in her book she's going to get called Trixie, and it's by Maggie Rodden, and I don't know why it took me forever to read her, but I'm reading her now, so thank you, Jessica, because you made me want to read her.
I just finished the Ravenhood I can't
She
say that
did
word.
just finish the Ravenhood trilogy.
I
did trilogy, like
Yeah, I finished
trilogy.
I just finished the Ravenhood trilogy. That's what I'm going to call it from now on.
Please call it that from now on. Yeah, so as you guys saw in the post, we're both romance girlies through and through. She is a little bit more fantasy than I am, I think. Sometimes it just goes in seasons. You can give me any romance and I'm going to read it and I'm going to be happy with it. My heart really belongs to indies because I don't know, I just like to talk to them. They're funny and they're a little unhinged because they haven't had to be like monitored, I guess.
And I like that. I respect that.
Yes, so they get to just be whoever they are, however they want to be, and I love that for them. And just having conversations with them alone is probably one of my favorite things in the world to do. So, yes, I love that. And then any romance, hockey romance. I literally just bought a new one. I don't even know what it is. It's by Elle Kennedy, but I feel like she had to have it. So can we talk about that for a second?
That's really
Hold
weird.
on. I have it in the car with me. So it's Body Check, and I know I put this on my Goodreads, but I have no idea what it's about. It's like a standalone. So, and it's not very. She's little. So
when did she release it? Does it say?
I mean, it'll just say 2024.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, we could check.
Oh no, it says first published in 2009, but this edition is revised text. So this is like archived Elle Kennedy.
Okay.
I'm here for it. I love
Was
her.
not expecting
If you
2009.
don't like her, then I mean we can still be friends. Just don't be mean to me about liking her so much.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like yucking people's yums.
Yes. Yucking people's yums cracks me up sometimes. But also, so on that topic with the God of War and people doing that, like don't make an author have to defend herself because who are you? Do you write books? No. And your opinion's your opinion and you can have it, but don't be mean. Like, so that's one thing that we're going to say on this podcast is if you're mean, we're just going to say bye to you because we're not here for that.
I'll actually probably cry.
She, she might cry. I'm the mean one. Like, people don't think that, but I am. I am the mean one. I'm the one that's like, absolutely not. Do not go away from here.
I'm like, okay.
But yes, so there's that. We'll talk about a lot of different series. And now we can officially add the Ravenhood trilogy to our collective because she finally did read it. Thank you, because I needed you to read that.
But I haven't read Dom's book. But I don't really want to talk about that because just in case they
she literally just read this, so we're not going to talk about it. It took me months to read it, and I still cried before I even started, and all throughout it. So it's okay. Our other series is obviously Elsie Silver, Chestnut Springs. We
Boys
adore her. Huh?
Boys of Tommen.
Boys of Tommen is a big one. That one, if you don't like that one, we can't be friends.
I will accept no slander.
Yeah, that one, absolutely. There's nothing but praise for that book in that series, and that's the only thing that we will accept. What's our other series?
Devil's Night.
Devil's Night. She's gonna read the Hollow Boy series. I'm gonna make her because I binged all 5 of those books. I started on a Friday and I finished it on like a Thursday morning. And I work a full-time job, so I like just read. I loved them so much. Like Thatcher all day long. And if you know, then you know, and if you don't, then I'm sorry. You should. That's all I've got to say. I don't know who you would like in that series. I'm really intrigued. Ashley's reading that series right now, actually.
Who's she liking?
I don't know. She's just now getting ready to start the 3rd one, so I feel like she will like Thatcher so much.
Okay.
But it's a lot. It's a lot. That one, yeah. That one goes into some stuff. But it's fun. I like that. So, Devil's Night, it's going to be the Hollow Boys will be in there. I'm already calling that one. Okay. Elsie Silver, Ravenhood trilogy.
And I'm so scared. I've had so many people, like my friends in real life, be like, what are you reading? And I'm like,
don't ever. She suggests things to people that she should not suggest.
I know, but I don't want them to know about that one. Because how am I going to... I don't want to say...
Ravenhood trilogy?
Well, because I don't want to explain it, because like I went in blind, so if they haven't read it, they need to go in blind.
Oh, I just don't. I'm just like, have you read it? And if they say no, then I'm like, okay. I wouldn't even talk to her. That's what I kept telling her. She kept trying to talk to me, and I was like, I can't talk to you until you read Exodus. I was like, I can't speak to you until you read Exodus.
And then I didn't really want to speak.
Yeah, and she's all like, but I really like Tobias. And I'm like, you're fine. You can like him. That's fine. Just, I can't talk to you until you finish Exodus.
I'm like her.
And then she told me she hated me.
And then I like all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a good female character.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes the female characters in books like that drive me bonkers.
Well, she was a little
immature, but by the finish
but she was 19, so like
yeah, but by the finish line she was a total boss, and
yeah,
we loved that for her.
I did. But yeah, at 19 I was like, yeah, you're being a little immature, but you're 19.
And I loved her lawyer. I will stand by that. He deserves his own love story because he was precious. What else you like, B? She's read all of Throne of Glass. I haven't.
Oh, I really like that, but I don't want to talk about it. I'm like in a mood now.
Yeah, so I'm still on Heir of Fire. I did pause it, and for those of you who tell me I should just drop everything and do it, I'm going to tell you that that's okay.
She can't do that.
Because that's your opinion.
I'm going to tell you she's physically incapable of doing that.
I'm like, everybody will say they are a mood reader, but I am. Like, if I'm vibing with a book, I will. I literally started Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, and I love Ali Hazelwood. I think that she's definitely in a genre of her own, and I respect that so high. But then she's also branching out. Like, we were just, before we started this video, we were talking about her doing that sports romance that she just released, and I'm like, okay, bring it on. Like, just the type of stuff that she's getting ready to produce is insane to me, and I'm here for it, so I love that. But I started reading Not in Love, and then I binged the whole other 5 books in the series because I read one line and I was like, I'm here for it, and then I just read it all. Meanwhile, I have been trying to read the Throne of Glass series for months.
But that's okay. I'd rather you not force yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
So we're here for your unhingedness is what we're trying to say. We will support you and love you and hype you up over it.
Just locked the car.
Just...
yes. Unlocked it. We're filming in our car.
Because why else? We just might as well. This is where we have most of our coffee dates anyways. Like,
yeah.
she's a very busy girl, which is why, okay, that brings us to point number 2. We're only going to do this twice a month because we both work full-time jobs, and then we also work like part-time jobs on top of that because we're busy girls and we still read.
Do you want to tell them what your jobs are?
Yeah, what my jobs are. Okay, well, we're literally in the parking lot of my church.
Ha!
So I teach my youth group here, and I clean the church, and then I'm an insurance agent, so I'm licensed in life, health, property, and casualty, which is just like literally your vehicles and your homes and boats and all that good stuff. So I have a boring job.
I don't think that's boring.
She said that last time too, and it absolutely.
I don't, but I want to know why you think that's boring.
Have you ever went into an insurance place?
Mm-mm.
Okay, because it's boring. Like, that's why. Let me correct. I am not a boring
Your
person.
office would be fun.
If I had the office, it would be fun. I'm a fun person.
I just feel like you have a good time at work.
Sometimes. Depends. It just depends. We just won't talk about it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's a hairdresser.
Okay, so yeah, I do hair. Yay. That's
does a
pretty
great
fun.
job.
Thanks. And then I teach bar before that.
That's why she's so little and fit.
So yeah, it's a workout class.
And she
that's
actually
it.
like does her workouts in between her clients at work. So she like works her job while working her job.
Yeah, a lot of times. So I teach Wednesday mornings at 5:30 a.m. So throughout Tuesday at the salon, I will come up with my workout, so that way I don't have to when I get home. Because I have to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning on Wednesdays.
And we are related. A lot of people get really freaked out by that. Cause,
Yeah, we look just like we're twins.
Yeah, because they're like, I don't know how we managed. We didn't even plan this. How we managed to be in the same circle on Bookstagram, but we are
not only on Bookstagram, but yeah, in the same circle.
like we are. And then we started posting stuff together, and they're like, "Wait," and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, she's my niece," and they're like, "What?" So I married her uncle, you're what, 25?
Yeah.
She's not happy about it, but it'll be fine. I'm 31, so we're not that far different in age. But yes, so that's how we're related, and it's a fun time. But I claim her over her uncle almost all the time anyways.
Yeah, that's fair. You should.
So there's that. If I ever was to be out of the family, she would keep me in the family somehow because she loves me. And it's been like that for almost a decade. I've been a part of your life.
Longer. I feel like, because I was like 14, I thought.
Yeah, if you're 25, almost a decade. That's math. 9 years. If you're 14. 14 plus 10 is 24. And then 25.
So, a decade.
Yeah.
So, not almost a decade. You've known me a decade. Don't downplay it. That's so mean.
We clearly don't have a lot of friends, and we don't. Well, that's a lie. We do.
Oh, no,
really.
I don't.
Not really. We only like certain people. So it's a really big deal that we're doing this because I don't know. We like more people on Instagram than we like in real life. Yeah. That is a true like fact right there. We like more people on Instagram than we do in real life because I think it's because we both work in the public.
Yeah, so like I don't want to be social. I mean, I do, but not like in person social.
No. But it's because of you guys that we're doing the podcast because you're so sweet and so kind and you always hype us up and like your edits are always so good and you're so consistently there to encourage and support and you make our TBRs infinitely long. I mean, yeah. So Ashley, who I know will be listening to this, you grow mine like none other.
I'm still mad at you and Michaela for the Ravenhood. How do we say it?
Trilogy.
Trilogy.
Trilogy, yes. Like that, it'll be fine. I will get, okay, so my wrecks that I will give you most usually will wreck you in some way.
Yeah. Because
I'm emotionally traumatized for the rest of my life. And she's laughing because I always joke about it anyways. Which is why we're good friends, because she laughs in awkward situations. Like, it could be the worst situation.
Like, when Ryan had surgery, and he was, like, incoherent, and, like, I needed help getting him inside the house, I was, like, laughing at him. And I was, like,
Ryan's her husband.
Yeah, and I was trying not to do that in front of my father-in-law, because I knew he'd be like, girl, look at him!
Yeah, so she's the person that laughs in unfortunate situations, like Sloan, in Powerless. That is her. literally her. She is the worst.
You know, I'm glad you said that because that was. I love Willa. Obviously, I love Willa because
Willa's top
I
tier.
got her hair.
Yes.
But I love Kate.
And she wants to dye it. So can we just make this a PSA that she cannot, because this is natural. Like, look at her beautiful red head.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that about Sloan because I identified with Sloan.
I love Sloan.
But I wanted her to. I want all of them to be with Cade. Like,
I mean,
I want to be
no.
with Cade.
Jasper was there too. He does not get enough love. I am Team Jasper.
I know. I love a good crawl to me king. So
like, yeah, I'm Team Jasper. I'm here for him. He needs to be in the top tier as well.
that's fair. I'll give him that.
It is fair. So yeah, this is our introduction one, where you're kind of just gonna get to know us a little bit. Then we're probably gonna break down some series because we're really good at that. I don't know which one we'll start with. Maybe Boys of Toman. That seems a little heavy. We might start with Chestnut Springs.
That seems really heavy, but I mean,
it seems a little heavy. I will cry. Like, we might just cry in general on this podcast occasionally. We're both pretty emotional people while not being emotional at the same time. And we're gonna laugh at really bad things, and please don't take offense to it.
do you want to tell them your top 3 books series?
Oh, my book series.
Or series, like, or you can just do like a book from a series. You know what I'm saying?
I really struggle with this because I like everything.
Yeah,
and I
me
rate
too.
everything 5
5
stars.
stars.
Like, if I vibe with it, you're getting 5 stars. I don't even care. I don't care if there's typos. I don't care if there's plot holes. Like, why are you so focused on the plot holes? Like, was the character fun? Yes, then you enjoyed the book. Like, that's how I feel about it.
I like that. That's how I feel.
Yeah, like, that's how I feel about it. Should that be more crucial? I don't know, maybe. But also, like, it's just the book at the end of the day. And if it made me smile or made me laugh, then I'm here for it. And if you made me cry, you get infinite stars. Like, if you ruin me, infinite stars. Like, I'm going to buy it in special edition, and I'm not going to ever shut up about it, ever, period. So there's that. My favorite, I need genres, because I think I have favorites in every single genre.
We'll pick one from like.
Okay, my comfort book is The Deal by Elle Kennedy, and I know it's like over 10 years old or almost 10 years old. I don't even care. I just absolutely love that book with my whole heart. And I got to meet her, and it was like a big fangirl moment. And she didn't even want to sign my book because I doodled in it, and she was like, "It's too pretty. I don't want to sign on it." I'm like, "You literally freaking wrote it. Sign it." She did sign it, because that was what I was there for. But it's okay. So probably the Off-Campus series, just because it's fun and happy. But even that, it's not in my top. I don't know if it's in my top 3. But that's my comfort.
Hard.
Yeah, like that's
hard.
in my comfort. Man, the Ravenhood trilogy is in my top 3.
Yeah, it's in mine too.
Like, it is in my top 3. Which I read this before I even started my Bookstagram, which I started back in November. So I read that. Like, I am a Kindle reader, but I love to buy my books because they are like trophies. And my husband, who is not a reader, he's like, "For trophies?" And I said, "Yes, for trophies." He's like, "What are you, a freaking serial killer?" I was like, "I love books about serial killers." And he just stares at me.
I like it.
And he walks away. He's actually concerned. He doesn't even really care what I read. He doesn't ask questions, though, because he doesn't want to know how unhinged I actually am.
Not me being like, "Ryan, let me give you this monologue from Haunting Adeline. I think you will like it."
She does this. Poor Ryan. You'll hear me say "poor Ryan" at least 3 times every podcast.
If you go through my camera roll, you will see me taking pictures of books, and I'll like send them to Ryan. I'm like, "Read.
No.
Take
Okay.
some notes."
I'm gonna put ACOTAR in there because I feel like ACOTAR really reawakened my fantasy like era.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
I
I know that it's not like her best work. I know Throne of Glass will end up topping ACOTAR, and I'm perfectly okay with that and accepting of it. But I feel like ACOTAR is such a good series because it just makes somebody want to read, and that's a special thing to do in a series. Is a series that makes somebody just fall back in love with reading. So I'm gonna put ACOTAR in my top 3. Ravenhood trilogy, so that's kind of darker.
Yeah, I was confused. Like, is that dark?
I feel like it's gray. Like,
I was confused.
I feel like it's definitely more, it's not, like, it doesn't really have a genre, like, it's its own thing.
Yeah, it is really like, it's its little thing.
And I think I'm going to go with the Wells Wrench series for my cowboy. Like, I know that Elsie Silver is a queen, but Bailey Hannah, I will stand on the hill that she is better.
I like that.
And that's a strong statement.
No, but I like that.
But if you
I
read
love
it,
a different opinion.
if you read it, you will understand. You will understand. I need you to read them, actually.
Okay.
Like, there's so many books I need her to read, but I can't really make her read anything until I finish Zone of Glass because I promised her I would do that.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, it's okay.
As I just bought 3 new books.
Yeah, it's okay. I won't hold that against you.
I know. It's okay, though. I'll finish them relatively fast.
So will you finish Zone of Glass relatively fast?
No. I probably will finish Zone of Glass maybe by the end of this year.
No, that's fair. That is so fair.
Like, I have to be in the right mindset because I know that every character matters and every, like, situation matters and everything plays off of everything. So I'm going to be distracted.
Especially, like, Kingdom of Ash.
Yeah, like, that's the end. So, like, I'd have to get there.
Probably was really bad. I just blew into the mic. I wonder what that sounded like for them.
I'm also trying to hold my mic down. So if we're really loud,
this is our first one.
We will get better.
For the 5th time.
We will get better. I promise you. We will get better. And we'll be more organized the second go around. This one's just a little unhinged to get through it because I don't know if you guys ever started anything new. It's a little stressful. This one's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Like, to a T perfectionist. She literally texted me. She's like, we have to redo the podcast. And I said, okay. And she goes, no, we have to redo the podcast. I said, okay. Like,
I was like, I don't think you're understanding. We're redoing it, Michaela. And she was like, I get that.
Hindsight, we should have listened to the audio before we ended it. Like, we should have done a test run. I was like, we're both grown adults. We knew this. We should have done that.
I did not.
We didn't. Because I was just like, we're just going to go into it. That is me. I'm the one, I will just go head first. She kind of will.
Yeah, I will.
It depends on who it is with.
Yeah.
Like, she has to be, like, fully trusting with who it is, which I think is why she asked me to help her with this podcast, because she knows I'm not going to let her fail.
Oh.
Yeah, because I love her lots. She's my girl. She's, like, my OG girl. I have a lot of girls, but she is, like, the very first one, and that nobody can replace. Yeah.
Did you hear that, Emma?
She does listen to the things. She never likes any of my posts, but she does listen to all the things, and she watches all of my stories. And I'm
so
just
she
sitting here
definitely
thinking,
heard that.
yeah, she will hear this 100%, and she's gonna be like, "Shut up, Bethany."
That's okay.
Like, yeah, I don't know. They love each other.
Yeah,
but it'll be funny. And I'm like, you don't even like my stuff. And she's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just don't like it. And I was like, but you watch everything? She goes, I watch absolutely everything and I read everything. She goes, and your edits actually are really cool. She's like, and you do make me want to read the books. But she's 17. So I don't encourage her to read the books that I read.
I had a 14-year-old at the salon the other day and she's like, you watch Bridgerton? And I was like, I watch Bridgerton. You watch Bridgerton? And she was like, yeah, I make thirst traps for Anthony. And I was like, pull them out. Let me see them.
She is an Anthony girl. I am too. I'm here for that.
Yeah, I really like Benedict though.
I
think it's because he's an artist.
Yeah.
And my husband is an artist.
I just feel like he does not get enough love. And they skipped him, and I don't understand.
I also heard from that same client that the books are a lot better and different.
The books are a lot better and different.
But she's 14, so I was like...
Some moms just don't care. They're just like, oh yeah, my girl reads. And I'm like, have you read what she reads?
Yeah.
Because
I had a client be like, my daughter...
There are lines.
Well, I had a client be like, my daughter wants to read romance, but like, I'm not going to let her. But she just read It by Stephen King, and I was like, oh, girl.
Well, we know what she's going to be reading in the future.
Dark romance.
we know what's going to get her little heart happy, and it'll be fine. We're here for it.
I like it.
Yeah, we're here for the dark romance. Honestly, I am here to recommend a dark romance to anyone and everyone who would actually read it. And then they're going to read it, and they're going to be like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, you didn't like it? Like, why?
That's how I feel. I'm all the time recommending everybody. I'm like, you should read the best books. The Cat and the Mouse Duet. And they're like, I've never read any kind of romance. I'm like, start with that one. Would you?
She does. She did this to me. She did this to me.
But I did it to myself. It wasn't.
So we did it backwards. We started with the Cat and Mouse Duet, and then
we went into the Lords.
And then we went into Lords, and then it was Devil's Night.
Yeah. In hindsight, Devil's Night should have been first.
Yes. Yes. I mean, we love them all.
Yeah.
So it's okay. And honestly, I can't wait. There's the author event in October.
Have you got your tickets?
Yes.
Shit. I'll do mine when I get home, okay?
You need to get your tickets.
I'm so sorry.
Because So Penelope Douglas will be there, which is, auto buy author, absolutely. And then Monty J will be there, who is the Hollow Boys author, and I cannot wait. And
so I should read the Hollow Boys.
Yeah, you'll binge them. They're really
before.
Like, I say they're quick reads, but I feel like when people are like, "Oh, it's a quick read," like they're kind of like putting it down because it's easy. No, these are quick reads because you're just gonna like be obsessed.
Like the Ravenhood trilogy.
Yeah, like you're just gonna consume it all, and it's so great. Like I just really need you to read because it's like 5 books over for 4 boys. So then Thatcher gets 2 of them. He's a duet, so you just know he's the best because she had to write 2 for him. Yeah, he's a serial killer's son. Plot twist: his dad killed his like gonna be love interest's mom, and he was supposed to also kill her, but he didn't. And then they're like a thing. But she's like if Edgar Allan Poe was a college age girl, it would be her. She collects bugs, and he gets her spiders for Valentine's Day, and I can't get over it.
I know, you texted me.
Like, I can't get over it at all. So, Ashley, if you haven't read the book yet, or if you have and you've now hearing that part, then I hope that you texted me, because I needed somebody to talk to about it.
Oh, it's weird, because, yeah, they won't see this.
No, this is why we're filming this early. Aren't you so proud? Like, I am prepared. I was like, we need to do this way in advance, so that way, if something messes up, we can redo it. There's a lot more that goes into a podcast than just, doing it.
Yeah.
Which, theoretically, I think everybody understands that until you actually do it. So,
no, I didn't. I thought podcast.
She did. And because she literally
and then you were, like, asking me questions, and I was like, the podcast? What do you mean? I just want to make a podcast.
She just wanted for everybody to hear our conversations about books. Because this is what we do. At least once to 2 weeks. Once every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Roughly. Yeah. Roughly. Because we have to schedule our coffee dates off of her clients and my lunchtime. It's a hard time.
It is kind of hard.
It's a hard life, but we're determined. We're stubborn. We make it happen. My stomach is growling. I'm not even hungry.
I'm always hungry.
Because you're always working out.
I had a smoothie this morning.
What are your top 3? You made me do my top 3.
Yeah, okay. Well, now that it's my turn, it's hard.
I know. That's
okay.
why she did me first.
So, I just, like we said, completed the Ravenhood. I can't say it so serious. That for sure. That has...
Oh, Boys of Tolman is absolutely my top. I don't know why I didn't put that in my top.
Okay, so you top 4.
Yeah, well, like, they're above the cowboy. Like, I just felt like genre-wise, I needed to hit, like,
all the genres.
But Boys of Tolman is probably my favorite. Technically, they're high school students, but I really feel like they're more college.
Yeah, I always, like anytime they'd be, like, 15, 16, I'd be like, ah!
But you have to remember, like, they're in Ireland, so, like, Ireland's 15, 16 is our, like, 17 to 19.
That's fair.
Like, that's how I view that. So,
it's not different for them. It's normal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ravenhood, that has changed my life. And if you haven't read it, please read it.
There's so many conflicted reviews on that.
Yeah.
You either love it or you hate it.
That's why I have, like, a hard time, like, trying to tell people in person, like, what it is.
Yeah, like, either you love it or you hate it. And if you hated it, that's cool, but
that's
I
fine
don't want to talk to you about it.
Yeah. Actually, I want to know why you hated it. Okay,
people
so
think
that...
it's bad writing. And I disagree.
Throw in a glass. That will change your life. I wouldn't even say, like, that it's better than ACOTAR. I wouldn't say that, because it's so different from ACOTAR. Does that make sense?
And she, like, incorporates the characters. So, like,
yeah,
I feel like all together, it's just like a layered
Yeah, but when
cake.
people say that, she did incorporate a lot, and I'm sure if I, like, went back and read them both kind of together-ish, I would see a lot more, but, like, it's not. I don't know. Please don't come for me, anybody, but it's not that deep. It's really not. It's not like the Multiverse of Madness, so, like, it's not that deep. But, yeah.
She also hasn't read the Crescent City series yet.
Okay, yeah, so, I could be a liar. It could be that deep. But as of right now, it's not that deep. And then I don't know what I want to do.
It's hard.
I don't know.
It's
hard.
hard.
You did 4, so I can do 4, too.
Yeah.
Well, now I want to...
I could probably do 12.
I know, and then it's not really like, oh, these are... I don't know.
But then I have some series that are on my shelf that I've never even read, and they're probably still going to stay there from a year from
now. Yeah. I don't know. Magnolia Parks.
Oh, I'm getting ready to start them.
Oh, yay. That will change your life.
Yeah.
It is like, if you love Gossip Girl, it's like Gossip Girl, but in Britain. It's
And apparently
so fun.
really toxic.
It's so toxic. It's like a really bad like train wreck that you're like.
So
no,
here we are
can't look
to
away.
recommend toxic books and like dark romance. And in real life, we would die.
Yeah. Yeah. There would be no way. But that's okay. I just think that like they do a really good job in the Magnolia's Park series because it is so toxic, but it's realistic that it's almost like just like, is it fiction, romance? You know what I mean? It's just like teetering.
That was a question on somebody's post the other day. They were like, can your romance, does it have to be like realistic or can it be unhinged? And I'm like, it can be 100%
Yeah.
unhinged for me. Like, because it's a
100%.
book. Like, I do not need it to be relatable at all. But somehow, the more unhinged it is, I will relate to something, and I'll just be like, "Girl, I know why you're thinking that. It's okay. I have those same thoughts.
I'm like, it's fine.
It's fine."
And then Cat and Mouse duet. I'm gonna have to go with that. I don't know. Can I take it back?
You can take it back.
But I don't know because I love the Devil's Night series,
Mm-hmm.
but not as a whole. I mean, I love it as a whole.
Do love it as a whole, except for the first book. Is
He just plays basketball.
like it's necessary for groundwork.
It's
but-
necessary for you to love Erica.
Yes, and Erica's the best thing to come out of that first book. She is the star. Michael
love-
can stay in his penthouse and play
Damon and
basketball.
Winter.
I'm a Will girl.
Yeah.
I love Will, which really shocked her.
But
But
I love Will too.
I
I love. Just read it.
she said, just read it.
I literally like told Ryan the other day with like tears in my eyes how much like I wish that like they would have a book, and he was like, "I thought you were in love with me," and I was like, "I did too. I thought that too."
Poor Ryan. There you go.
But
that's
he knows,
That's
he
like the
knows.
second one. I hope Ryan watches this and realizes that
He will.
I'm like, poor Ryan. I take up for him every time I can. He's
Everybody
actually
does.
he's really a doting husband. Like she could not have
He is a book husband.
she could not have a more doting husband. Anything she wants, he gets. Like, it's so funny. And he draws her. Literally paints her, like, because he's an artist.
He is an artiste.
Really good at it too.
He is. Yeah.
Ryan, this was your fan moment. We love you. Way to be a good book husband. My husband is like martial arts related, and
He'll put you in a headlock. I'm
yes,
like, how'd you get out of it, Michaela?
yes, he will.
Sorry
So
about
he
me.
just cracks me up. But yes, so if I read a sports romance, he's like, "That's what you're living." And I'm like, "Yep."
That's why I thought you were gonna like Kai.
That's why she thought I would like Kai. However, if the book has a male character named Kai, I'm gonna love it. I'm probably gonna read it, and I'm probably gonna make some giant post about it.
I
Why?
do love Kai.
I do. I love all the Kais. Like, I have a post about it, honestly, and it was a really great post, and I'm here for it. Like, Powerless by Lauren Roberts, not Elsie Silver, who her book Reckless, which
Do you
was
remember when I was reading Powerless by Elsie Silver? And then you were reading Powerless by Lauren
yeah, and
Roberts?
she
And I was like, girl, what do you mean you're reading that? You ain't read the series. And she was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I think it's fine. And I was
she
like,
said, I said, I'm reading Powerless. And she goes, oh my gosh, I'm reading Powerless. And I was like, do you love it? And she's like, you haven't read the other ones. You're just going to start in the middle of a series? I would start in the middle of a series.
because it's not like that important for those books.
I don't even care if it is important. I 100% would start in the middle of a series and then work my way back. Like, I'm that person. I know that is blasphemy for the book community. But I am
here
not-
to yuck anyone's yum.
I am the person that will be like, sure, read it. I'm also the person who's like, nah, you can skip that book. It doesn't really matter. Like, I am that person. I'm sorry in advance to the people who love me and I was just disappointed. I'm not really that sorry, but it's just who I am as a person.
It's okay.
I am unhinged.
That's okay too.
I'm not organized. I am organized in real life, but in my head, I'm not. Which is why I can just read books out of order and it'll be fine. But yeah, that's why she thought that I would like Kai, because he's all martial artsy and my husband is martial arts. Like, literally, my husband had fighters fighting last night that he had to go in corner. Those hiccups are going to be so loud in the mic.
It's okay. I don't know that I still have them.
And so, yeah, I love my husband being martial arts, but it also hurts me sometimes whenever I read books that has martial arts in it, because I actually have a really big well of knowledge of all the things, and I'm like, that's not how that works.
That's literally anytime anybody gets their hair done in a book and they start talking, I'm like,
That's
delete
not how
it.
that works.
How did that get past your editor?
So, yes.
I just
but
hate it.
then we
That's
remember that editors are human.
And they don't know about these
and they're
things.
and they're editors. Like, they're not professional, hockey players or martial artists
I know,
or
but it does give me
stalkers or killers, hopefully.
I do love a good stalker.
Read The Hollow Boys. I need you to read The Hollow Boys.
Yeah?
She's a stalker. She stalks him.
I mean, I kind of stalked Ryan.
She did. You little creep.
It's okay. We talk about it. So wrong. Sorry, I'm not a red flag, I promise.
She's a literal walking red flag.
Literally. Okay, that's fair.
It is fair. I'm not. I don't know what color flag I would be. I would be like a pale pink. That's my flag. Semi-red, but it's
almost
okay.
red.
But it's okay. It's acceptably a red flag. So yeah. What'd you do? Did you do our top 4?
Ravenhood, Throne of Glass, Magnolia Parks. I want to say Devil's Night, but I don't like the whole series isn't my favorite. So I don't know.
She really just likes Damon and Will, and it's really just Damon, and then Will in Damon's book.
And then I like Winter. I wish he could have actually moved them to an island like he wanted.
Yeah, that would have been nice for them.
So then I guess I'll have to go with Boys of Tommen.
Boys of Tommen's a big one.
I have my Boys of Tommen on the top of my bookshelf next to my Magnolia Parks book.
They're beautiful, and Barnes & Noble just did a new pre-order for one, and it's going to be really cute.
You sent it.
I bought it.
I bought the Throne of Glass thing you sent me.
Yes. I'm really great at finding special edition things as well, so I'm your girl. You can hit my inbox for whatever, and...
Sorry, I put my mic over there. Sorry. You were saying you're great at finding special edition books.
I am, and I love my special edition books. I also really like to go to signings. She does not like going to signings. It's not her jam. But
okay, I would. Okay,
she is going to one in October with me, though. And we're making our husbands to go where we can have more books signed. Basically.
Oh yeah, Ryan, he's so excited to meet Penelope Douglas. I think he is. I think he's really
gonna be like, you wrote the character that my wife would leave me for.
He's gonna be like, Damon Doyens. I would like it. I just don't like taking off work.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I called into work one time for one.
I gotta call too many people to call into work.
This is also true, but she's also decided that she's taking weeks off every once in a while.
Oh yeah, I did that last week, and I read 3 books. That was it was really, honestly, it was therapeutic.
So if it works out, then that's just what she's gonna do, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be real great. But I always get her a book signed if I go because she's spoiled.
Sweet.
She's so spoiled. I will literally text her the night before, and I'm like, I need your favorite book in this series.
I'll come by the salon.
And she's like, where are you going?
Well, it's Ryan seeing the Lauren Asher signing, and he was like, let me get you tickets. And I
wanted to go to that one, but I had literally no more time to put in at the moment. So
I was going to have to take off at the salon and at the workout studio, and I was like, can't afford to do it, buddy. And he was like, okay. But he tried.
But we're going to do Penelope Douglas, and that's going to be really fun for us.
That's going to be so fun.
I don't have all of the books in the out-of-print books, and that's bothersome for me.
I don't want to talk about it. Me either.
I think I'm actually going to buy them off of McCurry, though.
That's how that makes me feel.
But yeah.
Twitchy.
So I'm really good for special editions. Actually, that's what I get her a lot for.
Yeah, well,
presents.
I didn't realize that Throne of Glass was not going to be to me until October.
Yeah.
I didn't read the fine print. I was like, be here next week. And then it was October, and I just...
But no, it'll be fun. Okay, so we have our tops. You kind of know us a little bit now.
Yeah.
We're fun. We're funny.
A little unhinged.
A little unhinged.
A
lot of unhinged. Any romance book, I will read it. I will devour it. I will be happy. I will talk to you about any book that I've read. And if you can convince me to read a book easily. One thing that will convince me to read a book is if he got a tattoo for her. I will read the whole freaking book because of that one microtrope. Always. Always.
I like him to have black hair. I'm not too picky.
That's another thing. Okay, well, that's how we ended it. Our first take, and that was really good. Is the bookish ick, and it's not really an ick. It's just if the male main character has blonde hair, in my head he doesn't.
The only one that I've ever like let actually have blonde hair, Aaron Warner.
Yep, Aaron Warner.
And like he.
And I don't even care that is a YA series. Read it because
oh my god, please read it.
It's so great.
Would you consider that? What would you consider that? Like genre wise, it wouldn't be fantasy, would it?
Dystopian.
Dystopian. So like Hunger Games.
Yeah,
but it's not like Hunger Games. Don't
but it's absolutely dystopian.
Yeah.
What is the guy's name in there that I like so much? It's not Kai.
Kenji. How'd you forget?
Oh, because in my head I was like, it's not Kai, Michaela. And so like I was having this whole conversation in my head while you were talking, and I was like, what is his freaking name? I freaking love Kenji.
And that made sense to me.
Like, I love Kenji. I will protect Kenji at all costs. That's going to be another one of our videos, is characters we would protect at all costs. Like, put that in your notes before we forget. It's so bad. Okay, so that's my bookish ick, is that I'm not a blonde person. They have to have at least like dirty blonde hair. Like I can't just be blonde. Although Thatcher has blonde hair. It's like white hair.
Okay, well that's different, I would think.
I think you'll like him because he gives really big Hermione and Draco. I was just in my head. It was just like their combined name, the Dramion or whatever. Hermione. Like that's what was in my head.
Have you read Manacled?
No, I need to. Have you?
Yeah.
You never told me you read it.
That's a bit like I saw like the physical, and it's like thick.
It's thick. I know, that's why I haven't read it.
Oh, you read it on your Kindle, and it's like 1,000.
It's not in my mood yet. When it gets, it's like I'm like a walking mood ring, and it will change at any point in time. I could be 3/4 into a book, and it will ruin you. I'm okay with it. I can be ruined by that. It's okay.
I really can't believe you've not read that yet.
I know. I'm literally responsible for at least 45% of her personality.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I introduced her to Harry Potter.
Yeah. Well, my mom really wanted me to watch Harry Potter before you wanted me to, and I was like, no thanks.
Which her mom is my favorite sister-in-law.
I was like,
yeah. Like,
there's so many of them.
There are so many of them, but she's my favorite niece, and her mom is my favorite sister-in-law.
That makes sense.
And it cracks me up. But yeah, that's my bookish ick. Do you have one? You don't really have a lot.
I don't really have a lot. I mean, I'll probably just read.
Like, we really do vibe with a lot.
Yeah.
And like I said, mine isn't even really an ick. It's just that if it's blonde, I'm probably still going to picture him
dirty
brunette
blonde
in my head. Like, it's not going to be blonde.
I don't know.
I'm really bad about that, and I'm really sorry to the authors. Like, I know that you wrote them for a specific reason, but in my head, that's just how I see them. So.
I guess it wouldn't even be like a book itself, like the plot or the character-wise. I don't like when books come with stickers on.
Oh my god, yes. That's why I haven't.
The ones that can't like.
That's why I haven't bought Her Soul to Take, because it has the bonus material sticker on it and the Birthday Girl book. I haven't actually. I don't own a physical copy of Birthday Girl. I've read it.
It has that sticker.
But it has the sticker, so I won't buy it.
And I don't know what to.
I won't buy it. I almost bought the jacket cover for the paperback because I think I wanted it, and I might still try if she reopens those orders, but I won't buy it because of that. It's just stupid, and I don't understand why you would do that to the community for people who love books.
I wonder who's in charge of that.
If you are in charge of it and you somehow get a part of this video, then just know that we don't like you. We think that your decisions are dumb. You need to rethink your life.
And we're so positive.
We're so positive.
We spread love.
We do spread love, though. We do love you guys.
Just not whoever's in charge of that.
Just not the people who put non-removable stickers on books.
I feel like another blonde you like is Dean.
I love Dean, but he's not blonde in my head.
Yeah, but in my head he has like no hair. Like he's like
like it's like buzz cut. Like, and it's like sandy blonde. It's not like blonde.
Yeah, he's like surfer blonde.
Yeah.
Which is probably like really blonde. I don't know, because I'm not.
There's actually a lot of characters that I really love that have blonde hair, but in my head they don't.
That's okay.
So, That's what I do in my head. I just create all new worlds that the authors are probably like, that's not how I wrote that.
They're like,
Michaela.
please stop. I'm like, he has black hair, and they're like, but it's blonde. I'm like, but you misspelled black. It's okay.
You misspelled black.
You were so close. You got the B and the L.
It sounded the same, kind of. Not really, but good try.
You almost had it.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that was pretty good for our first
Fifth time.
Our first fifth time. Our next one, I think we'll break down a series to be determined.
Yeah, why don't you guys let us know?
And
we
then
might not listen to you, though.
I'm also going to have a segment towards the end of July called Indie View, where I'm going to do an interview with an indie author. The first one would be Molly Goins, because she has Despite It All coming out. And I love her to death. Like, I could literally squeeze her if I would be in the same room as her, because I love her.
Are you going to do that, like,
I think
live?
I'll do a live, like an Instagram live with her. Yes, that's the plan. She doesn't even know it. Sorry, Molly. Love you.
So I guess she just found out.
She just found out. She knows that she's going to do it. I just told her I didn't know how I was going to do it yet. And she's like, okay, just let me know. And I was like, okay, well, that's me letting you know. Love you. Yeah. So this is it. Twice a month. Better Read Than Dead. We'll have some posts coming out, but we're pretty active on our normal Bookstagram pages. So if you want to reach out to us, you might want to do it on that one. And we'll probably respond faster.
Yeah.
And if we don't respond right away, I promise you we will. Because we just have like spurts of time that we're like super active on it. And if you don't follow us, go ahead and follow us, because we're funny and we'll at least make you laugh. So there's that. And just tell all your friends, because who wouldn't want to listen to 46 minutes and 30 something seconds of absolute unhinged rambling? But yeah, so I think that's good. We can sign off.
How do we want to sign off?
I don't know.
I wish we had a theme song.
Oh, we should have a theme song.
Can you play the saxophone?
Dang it. No, but Carson can play the saxophone.
Just have him pop out at the back.
Okay, well,
insert theme song.
Insert theme song to be determined. We'll have a theme song. We'll have to come up with one, and we'll play it like from our phone and just like stick the microphone close to it.
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.